Hello, hello. Okay. Almost done setting up, guys. What? I've been ready. I was just finishing up my promos. That's just ended. Why are you laughing? Batata. Batata. Oh, that's gonna get on my nerves today. Hello, Alistair. Good morning, Creme. Good morning, everybody. Did the camera immediately stop working? Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. What? It worked while I was like sitting here. It worked while I was sitting there when I turned it on and got everything ready. I was like, okay, cool.
Do you want to do it over the top?
No. One of these days, we're gonna be able to figure out why this thing does what it does. Why it does what it does, guys.
Yay!
Good morning, everybody. My name is Mom Noms. I'm a professional chef of 20 years, and I'm here to teach you about food. We go through food history on this show, and we also teach you how to make a few things. If you enjoy it, hit that follow button. If you don't, well, you know, there's other cooking streamers out there that you could like. Anyway, welcome in. Today is pressure cooker day 1. And we're going to be using the Instant Pot, which is something that I am very familiar with because I wrote one of the first cookbooks about the Instant Pot. I have been obsessed with pressure cookers for a very long time, and the history behind them is kind of cool. So we are going to be jumping into pressure cookers, and we're going to be making an Indian dish while we do that because when the pressure cooker was popularized in India, when it became super popular in India, is actually when it started to spread to the rest of the world. Because so many people were using it there, we had a lot of great innovation when it came to pressure cookers, and eventually it led to the electric pressure cookers that we know today. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna make coffee first because I'm a true millennial. That says, but first coffee, and I'm also fairly exhausted today. So it is Thursday. This is our third, well, technically fourth show of the week, third in cooking. So we are going to be making some coffee first. Good morning, good morning. Hello,
The savory
Alistair,
juices from the
hello.
slow-cooked bacon overflow to every corner of my mouth.
65. 65 months. I don't even know what that comes out to as far as years go. It's like we've been together for a long time or something. It's like we have been married for a while or something like that. Thank you so much, the King of Assists. We also, I don't know who was around when we had that major ice storm that we had, but currently, it is loud. It is always so loud. I don't know who was here when we had that major ice storm, but a month later, they're finally starting to cut through some of the trees and stuff that got damaged, which means that our power has been flickering a lot. This morning we had, like this morning when I woke up, we had the power flicked because they were cutting down a tree at like 7:30 a.m. That's too early. I think that that's actually against noise codes here. I think that it's against noise codes. It may not be, but that's too damn early. And so, yeah, if we have a power outage, I'm really sorry about that. We had a lot of damage around here with our trees and stuff, and it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks because I was trying to work yesterday. I was trying to post in the blog and like do some other kind of work and like some of the other stuff that I do during my daytime. And they were cutting down trees the entire time. And you can hear it through the entire house. It was just me. I'm making Lucas some breakfast. Breakfast. Some easy breakfast. He'll also get lunch after we finish cooking. So this is the cooking stream. I'm going to teach you guys how to pour cereal. First, you put the cereal in, then the milk. We are not the kind of people who do milk and then cereal. And if you are, get the fuck out of here. I'm just kidding. I don't care how you eat your cereal. I don't. Oh my God. There you go. Breakfast. And coffee's coming soon. And oh, there's my phone. I was like, I don't know where my phone is. We're also going to be redoing our naan recipe that we did the other day when we were doing the Super Animal Royale, food. And so we're gonna see if it works out better this time. I'm unsure how it's gonna go because I mean it was good. It was good the last time we made it. It just didn't. The cats are following me everywhere. It just didn't fluff up the way that I wanted it to fluff up. So we're gonna try that again. Definitely gonna try that again. Okay, okay, okay. It's almost coffee time. Hello, camera that follows me everywhere. What?
Until you walk away, then it stops following
Because it's stuck behind this.
you. Yeah.
The camera freaks me out, man. The camera freaks me out. Anyway, happy Thursday. I hope that you all are going to have a very nice weekend this weekend. We hate the camera program that is running our thing. I think I'm going to have to hard reset so much shit in my computer this weekend. Boom. So much stuff. Can you get down, please, baby? Down, down. Thank you. And that's fine. Resetting stuff on my computer is not the worst thing, but like EOS, we literally pay for you. We pay for this service, Canon, and if you don't work 90% of the time, why should I pay for it? I mean, other than the fact that I need my fucking camera, why should I have to pay for it? I'm gonna send them I'm gonna pull a British man and just send a very strongly worded email. Dear Canon, your software fucking sucks. Fix it. Thank you. With a lot of angry faces. Yeah, just angry face, like the red face emoji over and over and over and over and over again. Like, oh, I can't believe you've done this. But seriously, like if you're selling a product and you say it's gonna work and you have a monthly ass membership for it, and someone's already spent, you know, $4,000 on a camera, maybe your shit should work. Maybe you should actually make sure that your product works. Okay, here's something on a background of like daily household conversations is that Lucas's producer Red's a super perfectionist when it comes to the stuff that he makes. Understandable. Thank you. Have a nice day. Does this fit? I know, but I wanted to see if it fits. Producer Red is a super perfectionist when it comes to where are all the lids for these? I have one. Cool. And currently, he is building an app slash game that is Y2K based. That's kind of Neopets, Club Penguin, and MySpace had a baby together. And he's like, it's absolute shit. It doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, but we haven't like put it out to the public. Like the app's not out in public yet. And there's plenty of apps and things that are being paid for that people pay for on a daily basis and games that people pay for that are absolutely fucking broken. Like at least you're aware that they're broken and you're at like that your app is broken and that you're actively trying to fix it. Like Canon would never. And this is a productivity app.
What?
Canon is a productivity app, which means it should be working more than a leisure app. Okay. I think the first thing we're gonna do is start the naan because that makes sense because it needs dry eyes. And the Instant Pot food isn't gonna necessarily take that long. Even prepping for it isn't gonna take that long because like it's cutting a bunch of potatoes. I've been doing that forever. At least it's not like 8 years of potato, like 8 years, like 80 pounds of potatoes like I used to do when I worked in the German place. That was so many potatoes. Anyway, so I think we're gonna start with naan first. We're gonna pull out our mixer, our stand mixer. And we're going to attempt this again and hope that it actually does what it's supposed to do. It just didn't fluff. It didn't puff up like I wanted it to last time. Boom. Okay. So, here we go. Here we go again on our own. Gonna do a package of the yachts. Your Wi-Fi just cut back in. Hello. Yeah, the internet is being weird lately. The internet is being super, super hella weird lately. So I am not surprised that your internet cut off. Actually, yesterday, someone said that like all of the Twitch services went down for a hot second. Like every stream that they were on crashed all at once. And I was like, damn. Damn, because we were having Twitch problems yesterday too. And I was like, well, that really sucks. Okay, so I'm looking at the notes that I made on this non and how to hopefully make it puff up more. I'm hoping. Um hmm. Okay, because it was a little dense last time. Like that was the problem. And so I know I need to Oh, I could have shown you how to do that without going through the trouble of walking around. Hmm? Okay. I need hot water. I need hot water. Half a cup of hot water. And then we're just gonna let our yeast do its thing, basically. Let our yeast go and do its thing. And then I'm probably gonna replace our mixer with the dough mixer. Not sure. You need a tattoo, not need, but want one. I need a tattoo. I need another tattoo. I will not be able to get another tattoo for a very long time because I have lots of things that I have to pay for first. But I need a tattoo like I need air right now. I'm craving one. I want to get mine and Lucas's foxes. Mine and Red's foxes. Tattooed under my ghosty on my arm, like right here. Hola, ¿cómo está? Hello. We're just letting our yeast eat some sugar. We're letting our yeast eat some sugar so we can make naan. And then we're going to start doing some pressure cooker stuff and talking about the pressure cooker. You need one too? Yes, I'm having major tattoos. There's like 6 tattoos that I want right now. But I think the next one is going to be, it'll be my fox, Red's fox, and then the hybrid baby fox underneath for kiddo. Underneath my ghosty right here. And then after that, there's like a million others. I want a lot of video game ones right now and cooking ones. I want to finally finish my cooking sleeve because it only has the two, and the knives need colored in. The knives are supposed to match my piggy, but I never got them colored in. I guess I have like just cooking tattoos everywhere though. Do you know what they say? If you ever meet a chef who doesn't have a tattoo, don't eat there. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. A fox wearing a chef's hat. Oh, that used to be one of my old logos. You have your one on your forearm you designed and still design the rest of them. I can't decide on the final design you want for it. I wish I could design my own. I'm not the greatest in like art person. I'm not the greatest art person. Like I can make kinds of art. Lucas is doing something. Lucas is doing something in the background. I hear clicking. I hear producer Red producing. I hear producer Red just a producing back there. There's 5 more you want to get done. The last one I got done was when I was at my old job, and it was like 3 years ago now, and I have a Gilmore Girls tattoo on my thigh that says, "Where you lead, I will follow," and it has like all the Gilmore Girls stuff on it. My arms are done. I mean, they're gonna be more done than this. I saw pictures of myself from like when Kiddo was born and had no tattoos on my arms other than my wrist. And this one, I had already had my Doctor Who one. And that's it. That's all I had. And I was like, my arms are so naked. But I have my arm tattoos. I have both of my rib cages tattooed. I have both of my shoulders tattooed, and I have my thigh, and I have a tattoo on my foot. I have a tattoo of Gurr in a Batman outfit. If anybody knows what Invader Zim is, I have Gurr in a Batman outfit on my foot that I got for my 22nd birthday. My friend got it for me. Actually, my friend who made me start streaming on Twitch 10 years ago is the same one who got me the tattoo on my foot when I was 22. Been friends for a long time. I miss that boy. We went to a Simple Plan concert, and there was a guy who looked. I really feel like this water was not warm enough. Because my yeast don't seem to be activating. A blooming rose coming from the pocket watch with the text that says "Time never stops, it heals" on my right calf. Ooh. Crazy, do you have tattoos right now? I'm weird when it comes to tattoos. So one of my tattoos that I have, I got with my sister in England. I had just gotten off the plane from a red-eye flight to England and taken a train to her house, and immediately get to her house, drop my stuff off. We go to the tattoo shop, and I fell asleep. And the dude was like, "I have never seen someone fall asleep in a tattoo like that," and like especially because it hits like this nerve right here. And he was like, "I have never seen anyone fall asleep in a tattoo like that." And I was like, "I'm special." And when I got my Gilmore Girls tattoo, it's a big tattoo. It was supposed to take 8 hours. It took 6 hours because I didn't really need breaks. And I was like, "I'm fine." She kept asking. She kept asking me like, "Are you okay? Do you need a break?" And I'm like, "No, this is like a massage. I'm so relaxed right now." My firstborn niece on your right forearm, Drew, while working at Verizon. I got it tattooed for free by your roommate's dad. Oh, you know what? You know what? I should just go visit Nick. Joystick Nick, the person that we were streaming, one of the people that we were streaming on RDP&K with. We were talking about tattoos the other day, and he was like, "I can just do your tattoo." And I was like, "Don't threaten me with a good time. Do not threaten me with a good time. I will take the tattoos. I have been craving." Oh, yay, we're starting to activate. I hate how scientific baking stuff is. Because I'm like, so like, are you gonna work? I even got the design on t-shirts when she was still a toddler. That's so cute. That's so adorable. Okay. Wow, it seems to be like a slow day today, guys. slow today. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. We're just activating yeast. That's it. We're waiting for that because I can't really do anything else until my yeast is activated. It's starting to. Oh my God, what? Hello? Wait, are you on the right YouTube? Are you on? Oh, because you put chat up. Is that why you're saying hi, YouTube?
Yes.
I was like, are you dual streaming? I haven't set that up yet. Hello, Kilted. Welcome in, welcome in. She was 13 when I finally saw her again, and she got to see the tattoo and the t-shirt you had done. That's so cute. My sister has a bunch of tattoos that my nephews drew when they were kids, and she just got them done, and they're cute. And my nephews are, one of them is 16, and I remember when he was born. Hello, Miriam. That's better than waiting on paint dry. It is. It takes less time than waiting on, unless you have paint that is a fast drying paint. But I never do. I never do. We're talking about tattoos. Ding dong. We'll get into the history and such after my yeast rises. It needs a little bit more. It needs a little bit more time. I'm a little worried because like last time, I don't think I let it rise enough, and therefore the naan was a little dense. It was a little more dense than I wanted it. Yeasty. We're getting yeasty in this beastie. Why is it when you come in the bot just stops working? Maybe it's menu, exclamation point menu? No, it's food? Oh, okay. Miriam breaks it every time. My mom says are from the devil, are from the devil from the Bible. I mean, a lot of people do because the Bible says that you should treat your body like a temple, and to a lot of people, treating it like a temple means that you can't disrespect it, and they think that tattoos are disrespecting it. But in my opinion, as a person who is an ex-Christian, in my opinion, if you want to treat your body like a temple and you want to respect it, then decorate it how you want. Decorate that that skin canvas how you want. Why do so many chefs have tattoos? Because we're gluttons for pain. Then why are temples lined with art? Exactly. Exactly. You should decorate your body how you want to, and that includes art, and however that art may be. I don't know how many tattoos I have at this point. Not as many as my friend Courtney, and today is her birthday. So, chat, can I get you guys to say happy birthday, Zombie Courtney? She's my like most consistent. We hang out with her most consistently in real life. But chefs have tattoos because they're gluttons for pain. I'm 100% convinced of that. Who knows though? Who actually knows? Okay, we're getting there. It's starting to eat some of this sugar and grow. I think it needs a good 5 more minutes, and then we should be able to start mixing it up. A masochist? Is that why you're a masochist? I mean, maybe. Maybe. I mean, why else would your passion, well, as a current Christian, but ex-evangelical, the scripture they use in the Old Testament no longer relevant, and it's so dumb. Thank you very much. That is my argument towards this. That's one of the reasons that I am an ex-Christian. And I think that anybody who wants faith should have faith in whatever they want to have it faith in. However, Jesus came and said, basically, forget the old covenant. The new law is me. And yet so many modern Christians base everything that they know off of the old law without even touching the things that Jesus said, like, love your neighbor, don't judge, don't worship money, things like that. Things like that. Bazinga! 3-day streak. Hello. Bot, fix yourself. You're not wrong. I was a super Christian. I was Catholic for a long time. But I was also raised in a Southern Baptist town. So like the youth events and things that I went to were Southern Baptist. And I got so confused. I'm very autistic. I read the Bible a couple of times. And I was like, why aren't you guys following what the Bible says? I got banned off of Nextdoor. Kilted, you're going to love this. I got banned off of Nextdoor for posting Bible verses, calling out modern day Christians and how they treated people. Like, I posted the verse that says, like, you were once an immigrant too, so you must accept immigrants as your own. The homeless people are also your neighbors, so you have to take care of them. Love your neighbor like you love yourself, things like that. I posted the Bible verses, one a day, 9 days, and I got banned off of Nextdoor for it. Like, absolutely. They were like, this is harassment. And I was like, really? Some of the Old Testaments are slightly still relevant, but have been revised. A lot of them have been revised. In the 1950s and the 1970s, they changed a lot of the translations of the Bible verses. Where it says a man cannot lie with a man, it actually said a man cannot lie with a child. I wonder why that was changed. Just saying. And a few other verses have been changed to fit prerogatives of other people, basically. But if you are a Christian and you need faith, good for you. I have my own faiths. And I'm not gonna... You making me mad? I mean, did we just forget the parable of the Good Samaritan? We did. We also forgot the parable of, the parable of the camel walking through the eye of a needle. That one we majorly forgot. Christians be like, there's a lot that we've forgotten. There's a lot that we have forgotten. And it pisses me off a little bit as a person who, I am not, I have seen the harm of organized Christianity. I've seen the harm that it has produced over the world. But I still believe I'm very much a person is like, you do you as long as you're not harming anybody else. Mission trips, things like that, that is just a form of colonization that no one talks about. But if you need faith, if you need something to believe in, you do you. If that's God, that's fine. If that's Hades, that's fine. If that's Persephone, that's fine. If that's Zeus, that's fine. If that's a rock that you have found in a forest somewhere that you think has magical powers, good for you. Good for you. Worship what you want. Do what you want, as long as it's not hurting other people. And Christianity has inherently hurt other people for thousands of years. And so that's kind of why I was like, I don't think I can be part of something that people... Weaponized ignorance is the word that comes to my mind. Or is the phrase that they weaponize. God didn't actually mean that being gay was a sin anyway, just like how some Christian men and women quote the slavery, translating it to women should be subservient. Yes, when the rest of that... Can we actually talk about the subservient thing? Because it also says that men should be subservient to women too. People forget that has a second part. A lot of colon has been done under the guise of it's been so harmful. Yes. I mean, Alistair, at some point, you're still young. At some point, you'll learn that you just let other people do what they... As long as they're not... You can hate the religion. You can hate aspects of people. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of people, but as long as people can do what they... Like, don't harm others when they're doing whatever they're doing, then that's fine. I hate certain sects of the church that do harm people. Catholicism has hurt a lot of people. We've gone to wars because of it. A specific church in Texas that fucked up my friend. I hate a lot of that, but you were forced to be, and you've been on the fence about religion for years. I was also forced to be. I was picked up, I went to church with a person that I was living with for a while when my sister was sick, before I was just living on my own. and then they would pick me up every Sunday. And then when I had my boyfriend in high school, he was very Catholic, and he would come and pick me up at 6 a.m. so that we could go to the 8 a.m. service, because church obviously was like an hour away from me. And we had to do all of the mingles and stuff like that. And then we were forced to, when I started feeling really ick about Christianity and especially Catholicism, is when I was 16 and they were putting me through marriage classes because I was dating my high school boyfriend. Same, crazy. Yes, they have. No sleeping in. What? Yeah, no, I was up early on Sundays to go to church, and then church was literally like from the time we got there, we were doing stuff from 7 a.m. until about like 7 p.m. We were doing stuff with the church all day. So, oh no, it's fine, Alistair. I kind of get what you're saying. Don't worry about it. Like, I understand. I've also been very mad about all of this in the past. I'm still mad by a lot of it, to be very honest. But I get where you're coming from. You can ask anyone, I'm just a sweetie, and I want everybody to just like be, and people just can't be anymore. Dresses? Ugh. I was not a dress wearer. I'm more of a dress wearer now than I've ever been, and I still don't really wear dresses. Every so often. Every so often. Okay, so I think that we have, it's starting to bubble. We can go ahead and get started on the other stuff. I'm gonna whisk an egg real quick to go in here. If I can grab an egg. Oh my God, my hands. Okay, I'm gonna whisk an egg to go in here to see, and because it needs to be fully whisked before we actually start mixing it. And we're gonna just let this sit for until it starts bubbling a little bit more, just for a little bit longer. Just for a little bit longer. You're not a bot, but at least I got chat working. She took us to lunch after a restaurant and adored every time your dad treated us so sweet. It's your favorite gas station. Oh, what kind of restaurant was it? Like a local restaurant? After, like, during lunch, we'd have lunch at the church, because there was always like a potluck kind of thing at the church. And then, why are you sleeping, bot? Wake up. It hurt that you've seen Greed. Yes. Because a lot of modern day, I don't know how to say this in the best way without offending people. A lot of what we've seen happen in the church is equivalent to when, like, if you want to look at the Bible, if you want to actually like read the scripture, a lot of what we've seen from churches is equivalent to when Jesus came into the temple. Oh, it was an Asian restaurant? Yum. Um, it has been church has been turned into a money grab, essentially. Podcast mode, it's fine. Is my voice good enough to be podcast mode? And that's that I think that is what bothers me the most. And when you say you're not Christian on the internet, you get like harassed majorly. Majorly harassed. I need 2 tablespoons of milk. So, like, if Christianity is a true religion, in all reality, because religions are just so fed off of each other, if religion, if things are true, and there is a God, if there is just one singular God, one singular Jesus, he would come down, and a lot of the people, this is why I always laugh at the raptor conversations. If you know what raptor is, you can be my friend. with all of the raptor conversations, I think the funniest part of it is that 90% of the people who claim they're Christian would not get into heaven just based on scripture, based on how they act. Lucas is running back and forth. I'm not sure what's going on. I am unsure what's going on. Okay. I need melted butter too, but that can go in last. Are you bubbling enough for me? I really want this to be light and fluffy. And I feel like it's not bubbling enough yet. I'm like, hug, thank you. The raptor. No, it's raptor, like a dinosaur. Rawr, I'm a dinosaur. I don't think it's been abandoned. I think that if there are gods, that they were not as free will is a thing, guys. Free will is a thing, and I think that they want, if there are gods, they want you to learn on your own, and humans just became greedy. That's what happened. We were in late stage capitalism. Humans became greedy, and it wasn't how it was supposed to be. Oh yeah, no, I've been told a million times I'm going to hell. The bot was working before stream. The camera was working before stream. Everything was working. I have been told a many times of where I am going, and you know what? I am wearing a shirt that has a demon on it right now. I don't really care. You feel like some are cults. There are a lot of cults. I think that we do not realize how many cults there actually are in the world. Sussy business. Not a cult. Hi, blacksmith. I'm gonna run a cult. It's gonna be the cult of mom noms, the cult of food. Welcome in. You're being taught food history. And the funniest part is, like, yes, we're discussing Christianity and like organized religion on a food channel. However, a lot of food history that we're going to start getting into, because we're going to get a little bit deeper as the season rolls on, as this season rolls on. And a lot of the food not moving from culture to culture, or food moving from culture to culture too quickly, has to do with Christianity. So it's going to be very interesting. Oh, hell, mom noms! To scare people into following, word be damned. Do you know, I've had a couple of really weird, I'll worship food. Hell yeah, let's worship food, guys. We are the cult of mom noms. I'm gonna teach you the ways of food and food history. You will learn how to appreciate food for more than just to sustain your life. And you're gonna learn how not to be a terrible person. How does that feel? How does that feel for everyone? Good cult? Do you think I could be a charismatic cult leader? All hell food. All hell food. I just need to make it a mod. Wow. Welcome in. If you're coming in and you're like, what the hell is going on? Well, we talk about history. And so that includes, we talk about food and food history, and that includes a lot of what's going on here. Oh, Jehovah's Witnesses are like, they're fun though. Once, when Lucas first got to America, we were shopping for Christmas, and Jehovah's Witnesses came up to us in the parking lot, and they were like, can we call you guys tomorrow? And they never called us, and we're really sad about that. It was hilarious. It was two of them. They literally followed us from, like, I think either Target or the bookstore at the time, because it's in the same shopping area, or maybe Five Below, because it was in the same shopping area, and it was Lucas's first Christmas with kiddo. And they were like, "Hi, we'd like to talk to you about Jehovah." And they were all in their little spiffy clothes and stuff. Oh, it was World Market. They were in their spiffy clothes, and we just looked at them like, what the fuck? When they came to the door and your mom said never open the door, that's when I learned as a millennial, you don't open the door for anybody. They're trying to sell you something. You just don't do it. Never open the door. All right, I need 1 3/4 of flour. We need a little salt in here. I hear the of the freaking trees again. I understand that we need to cut some of these trees because of the storm last month, but my God, I'm so sick of the me. It shouldn't be freezing this much. It's the stupid app. I'm really getting tired of this app, guys. It should come back on soon. Gonna do this one first. You know, it's gonna be a good recipe when I have to use all 3 of my paddles. There we go. Okay, we have a cup in there. We're gonna do huzzah! Heck yeah. I unplugged it and plugged it back in. I know how to do some things on my own stream. Sometimes. But you know, I've said it before, we're gonna have like super uncomfortable conversations and make us rethink a lot of stuff in this channel because you know, food has so much wild history behind it. And like, oh God, did it freeze again? I'm getting mad. Give me a second. Give me a second. We're just gonna, where is EOS cam? We're restarting the EOS. Are you sure you want to close this? You were busy, so that's why I just came over and started doing it. Praise Banan! Praise Mom Noms! Here, Lucas's Red is gonna take over restarting the application. This thing is getting on my last nerve. I am seriously sending a very, very angry email today.
The app is not open.
Mom Noms! Hola! Hello! Welcome in. I've received 4 blessings! We're starting a cult, Zelt. We're starting a cult. Would you like to join the cult? It's called the Cult of Mom Noms. We're praising food. Oh, this feels a lot better already, and I need to put some butter in it and switch to my dough one. And then we're gonna put this in the dryer. No, I don't think so. Is it true you never trusted? No, weight means nothing when it comes to food. I was 90 pounds when I was a chef, and I can promise you a few things. I was damn good at my job. I may not have eaten the food, but other people did. I tasted my food. That was basically all the food I ever ate. Or a chef that isn't drunk. Don't think about that either. You made more. Ooh, post them in one of the discords. I want to see your emotes. I have to actually, we have, I think, 12 spots open on both animated and regular emotes. So I have to go and start putting emotes together. How much is that in kilograms? 9. Well, I was like 80, but yeah, 90. I'm waiting for my butter to melt. I was a tiny and I'm very tall for someone who has vagina. I'm 5'10". And you could not mess with me, by the way. Like, there were, I did some sketch events with one of the restaurants that I worked for, like some sketch catering events, like in areas of town that were not good. And like, if someone messed with any of my front of house or any of my staff, the way that I would buck up to people and like kick the shit out of them. I was telling Chef Steve about one of these stories. We were literally at a strip club. Kind of, not a strip club. It was a club. It was just like a regular club. But it wasn't in the greatest part of town. It was in a, dare I say, shady part of town. And someone started messing with one of my girls, man. And I was skinning organs. You could see all of my bones. But someone started messing with my girl. And I got jumped out of we had one of the food trucks out at that time because we had a couple of food trucks. And I got out because it was just me and her. And I got out and I grabbed my chef's knife. And I don't know if you've ever thought about a 5'10" ghostly looking girl just walking at you with the chef's knife saying, "What the fuck did you say? What did you say?" And he ran away. He ran away real fast. This man was probably like, "That girl is a crackhead." No, it was dangerous. Welcome to the 2000s where we were told that if we weren't skinny, we were nothing. Well, that and I had a bunch of food insecurities. All right, so let's grab this out and we're gonna just. That scared me. Whoever has that sound going on, your mom is a hoe. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was the time period. Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. Bitch, hamburgers do. Hamburgers do. Ooh, cocktails. Yeah, that's why I'm not like pressed if people make fun of my weight or anything anymore. I'm just like, okay. Well, have a good life. Can you, ooh, shrimp cocktail sounds good. Can you put this in the basement, please? In the,
Sure, Brendan. Can I have a top for it?
thank you. We have an ad starting in about 9 seconds, but by the standards of Twitch, it'll probably be like 45 seconds. We're gonna get all of our potatoes that are about to go into the dungeon. There's trolls in the dungeon. I just heard him say, "Damn, are you calling me a troll?" All right, the ad break is here. I know a bunch of you are subbed now, but I am going to, after I rinse these potatoes off, I am going to go and sit down for a moment. We've had some interesting conversations already. We haven't even talked about the pressure cooker yet. We're talking about everything else. Everything else. That also kind of has to do with food. I miss ads. You miss ads. Okay, I'll help me. Guys, help me. Join Discord. Get down. You guys get to see cats now. I mean, there's no food over there right now, so that's fine. 2 pounds. That's crazy. That's good. If you are part of the stream, and you are part of my Discord, please send your favorite, like, just make ads. They can be the stupidest crap ever. I will run them during ad breaks for you guys. I think the cam froze. Sure looks that way. The cat is drinking out of the sink. These cats are gonna kill themselves, guys. Coffee! 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 Cat frozen. Get down. No, sir. But if you're part of the Discord, I have something for you guys to do. Make some ads. They can be stupid. They can be you, like, recording a bug and saying, "Come to Bugs or Us." Taking picture, like, just posting all of the times that the cat has been on stream. An ad for the cult of mom noms. We'll run them. Oh, Lucas went away. And we'll make your ads significantly better, but no AI, please. No AI. Starving yourself makes your metabolism worse, Alistair. Believe me, I know. You'll make a silly one? Do it. Do it. I'm gonna do one for, like, Victor's stream and for RDP&K eventually when I have some time. And, like, people stream that I like. Like, I'll make one for Creme Delish and Steve and Eat It Dads, the people who we normally raid.
No.
All right. All right. Next part. Next part. Welcome back from ads if you were in ads. If not, you probably were part of that major subscription hype train yesterday that we had. We now have enough subs that I have a lot of emotes to do, guys. You guys are making me work. You're making me work. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm just kidding. I love working. Okay, we're gonna just do our prep for our Batata Bhaji. If you're Indian, if you are from India or you all have Indian family, please, if I'm mispronouncing this, slap me. Slap me. Tell me, hey, that's not how you fucking pronounce that. Because I have not, conquered all of the languages that I would like to know in my life. But we're going to be talking about pressure cookers today. And the reason comes from me being a sarcastic asshole sometimes. And being, held viral for telling someone that they have an error on their pressure, they have a user error on their pressure cooker. That's also why we did the hospital, that we're doing the hospital food. But, thanks for giving me an idea. I appreciate you for that. You get me ideas. So basically what we're making is a potato dish that you can make in the Instant Pot pretty easily. And it can go on things like naan, which is why we're doing it, because naan, yum. I will give any excuse to eat potatoes on bread, okay? Any excuse to eat potatoes on bread. And we're going to talk about the history of the pressure cooker, because a lot of why we have modernized pressure cookers and electric pressure cookers is because of how popular it became in India and Asia, the pressure cooker, to save a lot of time for the people who are running the households, aka the women. And because a lot of Indian food, if you make it the traditional way, takes so long. I mean, to the point where when Brohan Brohan donated a little bit or subbed, or I can't remember. I can't remember right now. And I asked him if what he wanted us to make on stream, because all of our the mom nom stuff ran over into RDP&K last night. And he said, "Do you have an Instant Pot recipe for dal?" And I was like, "I do. I haven't made it yet, but I do." And that would just go really well with this. And he specifically said Instant Pot because a lot of these foods take so long to make. And the women were tasked with being able to, take care of the household and cook for the household and feed the household. And they didn't really get a lot of time for themselves. So when the pressure cooker came around to India, they were like, "Oh, heck yes. This is definitely something that will help us save time." So let's get started. While I do a little prep work, you guys, I need to go get some garlic, and then we have to actually get our Instant Pot because it is currently stored away under a bunch of stuff. But I needed this room first. I needed the room first. Get down. Right when I walk away, crazies, crazies. So the pressure cooker was invented in the 1600s by a French dude. It was just invented by a French dude. It wasn't for cooking. It wasn't for cooking. So this physicist named Denis Papin, also known as there's a couple of pieces of garlic that I can use from leftover from yesterday. I'm going to use, you know what, let's do 3. Wow, didn't realize it was that old. Yeah, the pressure cooker is really old, and that wasn't to be sarcastic. I don't know why I did it in a voice. It was invented in 1679 by a French physicist named Denis Papin, and he studied steam and what steam can do, like how steam can help in everyday life. And before this time period, almost everything was run by like coal. If there was things that were run, it was run by coal. It was run by natural gases, I mean, kind of the same that we're doing right now, but in a little bit of a different way. And he wanted to figure out if there were alternative methods that we could use to do a lot of the things that they were doing in the 1600s. There weren't a lot of things that they were doing in the 1600s, to be very honest. So he was trying to figure out how things could be steam powered. Well, damn, Mom, I'm sorry. He wanted to reduce kind of the cooking, the time of cooking food, because French still at this point in time, like they were still the people who ran food. They were the people who created new dishes and were so sophisticated, and they had their cigarettes with their whatever they're making, their coq au vin. And so he wanted to rise the water's boiling point without harming the person who was cooking. In 81, he presented it, and it became a thing. It wasn't a huge thing. It was mostly in France at the time. In the 1800s is when they actually started. In 1864 is when a German company started manufacturing pressure cookers to sell pretty much everywhere. So we get into the Industrial Revolution, essentially, and people are like, "Oh, this French thing, it is so cool. We need to manufacture it everywhere." Well, I guess he was German, so a German dude did it, so he wasn't, he was more like, oh. Guys, it's Thursday, my brain is dead. If you like this content and you want more of it to come, don't forget to hit that donate button and that follow button, because there will be more voices. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for the help. It's always the French. His name was George Gutbrod. He started manufacturing them made out of cast iron. Gutbrod, yeah, it was Goodbread. His name was George Goodbread. Gutbrod. He started making it out of cast iron. Up until this point, it was mostly made out of cheaper metals like tins and things like that, which also kind of attributed to how dangerous they were at the time, because a lot of the stories you hear about pressure cookers exploding and things like that, most of the time it's a user error on why it explodes, but sometimes it's just made out of supremely cheap metal that dents and basically causes a break in the seal, which will cause it to explode. I have seen it. I have seen the pressure cooker explosions with my own eyes. They're not fun, and they're a lot of mess, a lot of work to clean up. Can you not? Can you get down? Can you get down? Down. These cats, I swear. So he started manufacturing them made out of cast iron, which it had had a level of safety that was a little bit better than what we were used to at the time. It had been known for a couple of centuries by this point, but the term pressure cooker, it was called a steam cooker back then. The pressure cooker term was not actually added to the dictionary or actually well known until the early 1900s. And the reason is because someone in Nebraska, of all places, someone in Nebraska was like, well, this cooks with pressure, so why don't we call it a pressure cooker instead of a steam cooker? Because it's not really steaming. It's not really cooking with steam, it's cooking with pressure. And so this random ass person who worked at a Nebraska newspaper is basically the reason we call it a ooh, that almost made me pass out, guys. Woof! Is the reason why we call it a pressure cooker instead of a steam cooker nowadays. Where the hell is my lid? Oh, that didn't look like my lid. It's like confusion noises. Okay. And so then it was added into the dictionary in the early 1900s as being a pressure cooker and not a steam pot, and that means a steam pot, yeah. But it doesn't really cook with steam. It is the pressure that actually, like, it heats the water, the boiling point of water fast is the best way to put it. It uses the pressure of the steam, yeah. So, and then basically in the early 1900s is also when America started to get pressure cookers and it become more normalized in America, because we got, in 1910, we got our first pressure cooker company, and they were literally called the Pressure Cooker Company in Colorado. Of course it was Colorado. And they sold mostly in the mountainous areas because pressure cookers are really good in altitude. I don't know if you guys know a lot about cooking. The lighting changed wildly today. Yeah, that's like I hate it. This is why I used to cook in the dark. When my studio used to be completely blacked out minus like my lights. Oh yeah, maybe the lights, actually turning on the lights will help. Cool. Cool. We're over an hour in and we didn't realize we didn't put the studio lights on. Bet that's better. I don't know if you guys know a lot about cooking, but it is harder to cook in high altitude. You usually have to either add time in, cook at a higher, like add time, like cooking time in, cook at a higher altitude, use more water. There's a lot of things that you have to adjust when you live in a higher altitude and when you live in a lower altitude. Because things that I cook here, where I am right now, will take less time to cook if I live, say, in the Netherlands. That is under the water, basically. So the guy who founded the pressure cooker company. I don't think so. What is your problem today? No? We do not get near food. He did it because he thought that the people in the mountains in the early 1900s, which it wasn't as developed as it is today, and even most of the mountainous areas are not that developed today, needed a way to be able to cook easily. And so he was like, I got a money-making idea. I'm gonna bring out the pressure cooker. And he started mass producing it, and he basically got in 1918, it was named the most popular scientific discoveries in 1918, 200 years after it was invented, which I find really funny because it was a white guy who did it, essentially. And it was also not invented, it was invented 200 years earlier. But America wasn't the place that it was like actually used the most. In fact, I have to get to my notes. In fact, before 1918, in the 1800s, it was commonly used in India. Commonly used in India. Basically as the first way that it was designed, because it has gone through major redesigns over the last 400 years almost. So in India, they brought it in. I'm looking to see if I actually wrote down the year. I believe it was in the 1830s. I love that I have a use as weapons section in my notes that I did because I thought it was funny. Okay, so yes, in the late 1800s, right before this, this was the invention of the year in the 1900s, India started using it. It was brought over during the trades that were going on at the time. There was a lot of trading, especially spice trading. There were still people trading going on at the time. Ugh. And it was brought in as basically as a way to make sure that people had enough time. And it got wildly more popular in the 1900s when the Indian women started doing things like working and going out and having a life other than sitting beside a stove all day. And it was all thanks to the pressure cooker that they were able to actually have autonomy, at least some sort of autonomy in India, because they, before that, would spend 16 hours a day working on dinner. Just dinner. Just one meal. Because a lot of these foods took a lot of time to watch and make sure that it was being cooked correctly and make sure that it wasn't going to boil over or ruin the house. And so women were literally chained to the stove in India before the pressure cooker came over. The reason it became popular across the world after this, including America, was because of the mass migrations that were happening during the time. We had a lot more Indian immigrants coming over to the land of the free. where you can live a better life, or so it was said, into the melting pot. And they were bringing the things that they used in other places with them, not just to America, but to other Eurocentric countries. Indian women and families were moving to places like the UK. They were moving to places like, like Germany and to the Netherlands. And although it was French, the original design and the original pressure cooker was French, a lot, like, it hadn't really been adopted in Eurocentric countries because, get down. What are you doing? What are you doing today? Why are you acting like this, Coffee? You know better. You're gonna have to go to your room if you don't stop. You're gonna have to go to your room if you don't stop. So the reason that the actual pressure cookers started to follow other places is just because we had more migration. There was more opportunity for people to travel, to live other places, and to immigrate to other places, and they brought what they had with them. Scolding the children live, yes. They had opportunity to bring what they had with them and what they cooked with prior to the places that they were moving to. And so the reason that the dude in Colorado knew what a pressure cooker was and knew how to make it is because he had found it from an Indian lady that he had met on his travels. And he was like, "Oh, that's such a great idea." But now he actually had the record of the world's best invention. So we move on because, like I said, there have been many iterations of the pressure cooker because it was quite a dangerous thing if you didn't use it properly. He made it into cast iron about 20-ish years later in the 40-ish years later in the 50s. They started making it from how food history of him. They started making the pressure cooker into aluminum and steel and other types of metals in order to cut down on costs, essentially, because cast iron is, do you guys use cast iron? Does anyone use cast iron in here? You can find cast iron for cheap. But newly manufactured cast iron is fucking expensive. All right. So I put this on, we're going back to our food for a second. I put this on saute just to get the onions cooked a little bit. I'm going to take it off because the heat is still going to be residual, and then we can add in our garlic without burning our garlic, because burnt garlic tastes like crap. And it's also like, it is a reason that you can take this out, off the heating element. It is the reason you can get a metallic taste in your Instant Pot is garlic being burnt, too much acid, things like that. And we're not going to add the actual acids into this food until the very end, because we don't want it to, where did there it is. We don't want the actual food to taste metallic. Okay, so throw those in. We're now going to throw in our potatoes. Potato. Use cast iron. It's your main cooking skill. Oh, there's some chefs I'd like to introduce you to that are fantastic at cast iron. If you need some cast iron, I love cast iron. It is one of my favorites. It is one of my favorites, but people don't fucking clean it properly. Can you not? Out. Out. Okay, so we're gonna do something kind of funky here. Yes, we're gonna kind of crisp up these potatoes just the smallest amount in the residual heat, and then we're gonna take these potatoes out. We're gonna put a trivet in, and then we're gonna put the water on the bottom with the potatoes on top. This is because I don't want to boil the potatoes. I want the potatoes to cook but not boil. And if you put it in the water, sometimes the same with meat in the Instant Pot, it can get that like boiled texture. It's not a fun texture. I don't like the boiled texture when it comes to meat. I mean, some people may. Some people may. So basically, this man stole the idea of pressure cookers. We go into the 1950s, and another Indian company called Stahl, Stahl, they started producing a well-made aluminum pressure cooker to make it more easily accessible for people who don't have a lot of money. And they bring it all over the world. Again, no one, yes, it is Indian. No one attributed it to, I believe that it was an Indian company that was quickly bought by Stahl, but they're the ones who brought pressure cookers. And they did it because they wanted to make it like, well, the quote unquote, I don't ever really believe when companies do things for the better of people. They usually do it because they want to increase their profit margin. And if you make things cheaper, more people will buy it, and you're spending less money in it too. So then, of course, boom, here we go. Here's a bunch of stuff that other people can use. Valve is just good like that. And so that's our second, well, technically third iteration of the pressure cooker. We've already done a design change when it came over, when they started making cast iron in America. 50s come around, we start making it with a tin and aluminum. Who would have guessed? Ah, yep. They actually have a very comprehensive record of pressure cookers in India as well, like on the Stahl website, on stahlkitchens.com, which is really cool. That's one of the sources that I'm using. So the pressure cooker was originally called either the steam cooker or the digester, by the way, because like it makes food easy to digest, I guess. We get into the next iteration of pressure cookers, which is the design changes once again with the third generation, which is something that we're currently using right now. In 1991, 40 years after it's changed again, we have another design change again, to make it easier and cheaper for people to use. We have the electric pressure cooker come out. And the original designs were super fucking dangerous. They were so dangerous. They were exploding all over the place to the point where like professional kitchens still chose to use things like the stovetop pressure cooker, which I have one right now, guys. I have a 1800s pressure cooker. I had one, but my damn landlord threw it away, I think. Not my new landlord, my old one that we are currently fighting because he was horrible. I got one for my birthday a few years ago. It was an 1890s pressure cooker. It was like this big. It was huge, and it was one of the. It was made out of a thick steel, but it wasn't cast iron. Morning, nerds. Hello, welcome in. Welcome in. But I also have a pressure cooker that I found, and I got for free, guys, in at a garage sale. Who's this by? This is by Presto. It is the Presto pressure cooker. Pulled pork poutine. That sounds amazing. And it even has like the Presto pressure cooker menu in it. Like these are things that you should try. Look, it's so cool. I'm addicted to pressure cookers. We should do some of the recipes in here in our Instant Pot one day, guys. Oh my god, in the pressure cooker. Hi. In the pressure, while we do the pressure cooker, the recipes in history, we should make some of these. I'm trying to look at the year. 1977. This thing is old. This thing is from 1977. I got it at a garage sale for free. It was in the free bucket. And I was like, oh my God, is that a pressure cooker? I have to have it. And I got it. All right. So next part, we're going to need a third of a cup of water at the bottom. We're going to put a trivet in to have our potatoes on, and we're going to season up our potatoes. And the thing with pressure cookers, hooray, my command works. Yes. Also, crazy Dragoon, if you want to join the Mom Noms cult, we worship food. And me, I'm the amazing cult leader. Join now. You can do exclamation point praise to praise me. It's from a conversation earlier. Sorry, I think it's hilarious. It makes me laugh really hard. It makes me laugh really hard. Okay, so we need to add in a few things into this. We're gonna mix it up really well. Obviously we're gonna add some curry powder, a little bit of ginger, I believe. I'm looking at my recipe. Okay, so curry, potatoes, onions. We're gonna cut up a chili to put into here, and we're gonna add a little bit more garlic powder, but not a ton. Praise! Yay! Who's that? And at the end, we're gonna add sugar, and at the end, we're going to actually add just a little bit of lemon. We're not gonna add it into the pressure cooker, because like I said, it'll taste kind of funky. We don't want it to taste funky. We're not about that metallic life. Just add a little bit of mustard. This kind of makes the heat. They use black mustard seeds, but I don't have black mustard seeds, so I have to use regular mustard seeds. Regular mustard. And that's fine. The only difference is this is not going to be as deep of a flavor as, say, using a black mustard seed. We're gonna add a tiny bit of salt into this. Boop, 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 boop. We're gonna add our curry powder or curry leaves, depending on what you have. I do not have the fortune of being able to get much in the curry leaf department, so I have to use the curry powder if I can find the curry powder. Sometimes I have just seen something and it's like, nah, I'm gonna disappear from you for like 8 days. And it always disappears on the day that I need it. That's rosemary. That's chili. Fennel. Ouch! I'm like, I don't put things other than these places. We're gonna add some paprika. Well, I know I need the paprika. So, okay, this paprika is not open. I have another paprika open somewhere. There it is. That's basil. That's bay leaves. More basil. God, we have a lot of basil. We have a lot of basil. Funky fresh. The seasoning was cast in. I just bought big 4-ounce container of curry powder from the Asian market. Gives hello, Seffi. How you doing? I have like a big thing of curry powder somewhere. Like we used it the other day, guys. Okay, well, we also need turmeric, which I have here. Turmeric. I'm getting all of the rest of it. It's just the curry powder that I'm missing, which is, you know, important in this recipe. Boom. Turmeric. It literally has yeeted itself into the non-existence sphere. Nutmeg, chili powder, oregano. There it is. My God. You were hiding. You were hiding, my man. You were hiding. Okay. Praise, mom noms. Praise. Come join the cult. The cult of mom noms. All right, so we're gonna add in our curry powder and we're gonna give this a good mix up. Boom, boom, boom. I love the smell of curry powder, you guys. The smell of a curry powder in the morning. And then I need a little bit of sugar. I am going to use brown sugar versus, actually, I'm going to use white sugar. I don't want it to be that deep. Did I miss the memo? You did. You did. We were talking about cults, and we have decided that Mom Noms is the cult of food. Praise Mom Noms. I shall bring you food and food history. Praise Mom Noms. Other people decided for me. I guess that's how it goes. Okay, and I need a little bit of ginger, and then we can put this back into the Instant Pot on the trivet, and we'll be good to go for a little bit. And we'll finish talking about how dangerous the electric pressure cooker was at the beginning. In 1991, and I think I have a feeling that the danger of the pressure cooker in 1991 is to about 2000 is why so many people are afraid of pressure cookers today. Mind you, again, the pressure cooker has been around since the 1700s. Since the 1700s. And once again, we're told, what's the history about pulled pork, I have no idea. I'm not researched on that yet. I know that poutine, I can tell you that poutine is a offset of when macaroni and cheese came to Canada. So that's part of it. It was like, hey, this was really good. How do we make something kind of similar with like the saucy vibes and shit? And pulled pork is probably because pork was a fairly cheap and unregulated product. And I don't know this for sure, but pork was a cheap and unregulated, fairly unregulated product that both enslaved people and poor people could get their hands on in the long ago, the before times. And pulled pork was an easy way to serve it because it didn't take much. It took them basically putting it over an open fire for a while. And then you combine the two. Pretty sure. Skeeky cheese! Tuna and mac and cheese. That's what you're gonna make for lunch? Mmm. I haven't had tuna in a while. Like just regular tuna sandwich. No, I haven't done that in a while. It's a good one. It's a good thing. It's a good food. Okay, trivet time. But maybe I will put that on the list. I know we're gonna have some barbecue days sometime in the near future because we have a barbecue outside. So we'll be talking about things like pulled pork and smoked meats and things like that and the history of it. In the very near future, because summer is coming. Summer is coming. We can be outside and grill more. All right. Oh my God. There we go. Let's get this going. Pulled pork and damn, Seffi, brisket. Oh, I love brisket. I love brisket. Okie dokie. We're going to put this on high for 5 minutes. And then we're going to not naturally release, we're going to quick release. Naturally release means that you are just letting it sit for a while. Quick release means that you release the quick. From Legends of Arceus goes hard. Hey, Brohan, am I pronouncing this right? I need help. And I don't want to be very inappropriate, but we were talking about the pressure cookers and how Indian women are the reason that basically the pressure cooker became as popular as it is today. So we're making not in the pressure cooker. I have naan rising downstairs, but batata bhajit, bhaji. I think it's with a T. I'm so confused, but I need to know. I need to know. Am I Bhaji? I need to know if I'm pronouncing it correctly because I do not want to mispronounce it at all. We're gonna do your dal close to like budgie. Oh, batata bhaji, like that, like that. I have to hear it in my own brain, and so that's why I'm like, um, yes, that'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. um, we're gonna do dal in either next week or the week after because that is something that I want to do because we do have a little bit. This is just the this is the small, the abridged version of the history of the Instant Pot or of the pressure cooker today. We're gonna get more into different cultures' use of the pressure cooker, including India. And I'm super excited about that. My pressure cooker's a little broken. I've had this thing forever. I have my original one that Instant Pot sent me, like, my God, whenever Instant Pot came out. I still have it. It doesn't work anymore, but I still have it as a sentimental value. Sentimental value. There's so many accents across India. The way you're saying it isn't exactly how your mom says it, but it's definitely how an Indian mom says it. We're making it with naan because I'm gonna eat me a potato sandwich basically. That's gonna be my lunch. Carbs on carbs on carbs on carbs. Yes. We were gonna do butter chicken, but without chicken. I was gonna substitute tofu in it, but I made too much food yesterday, and I was like, 2 big dishes is too much. Too much food. I will not finish this. And I don't have all of the room in the world for leftovers, especially when I still have the congee, the juk we made yesterday in the fridge. Half of it, at least. So we're in 1991, and the electric pressure cooker has been invented, and it's terrible, okay? Like, it's legit terrible. It's called the 3rd generation. So this is the 2nd generation of pressure cookers. This was made in 1970. This is the 2nd generation. I don't have a 1st generation because my fucking landlord took it. I used to have a 1st generation that I got for my birthday from Zombie Courtney. Happy birthday, Zombie Courtney. And my landlord like did something with it. That thing was worth. I usually plant it in it though. I didn't use it as a pressure cooker, as I'm not using this as a pressure cooker either because it has all of the pieces, but it kind of scares me a little bit. It has everything it needs, but it scares me a little bit. By a little bit, I mean a lot, mainly because of the metal that it's made out of. And you can tell that it's the 2nd generation because it's made out of cheaper metal. Like, that's not stainless steel. This is aluminum. This is aluminum, and it's made out of a way cheaper metal. And they've probably used it a million times without any problems because it does look like it has been somewhat used. I do like that we have the cookbook in it, though, the tiny cookbook. It included the 3rd generation included basically an electric way. Anxiety is a bitch. I really want to see if I can, use it, but at the same time, I'm like, you just like pressure cookers where if you want to be a chef, you're gonna have to get used to them because pressure cookers are very much used in every single kitchen that there is because a lot of food takes too long for a chef then to sit there and babysit. You don't have 24 hours. to sit around for a stock. You have to do something in less time. So I understand how you dislike pressure cookers, but you will start liking them after a while. There was no delayed cooking. It was just an electric thing that you turned on and it started the pressure cooker. That's the first generation because of course the electric pressure cooker also went through several generations. The second one had a digital controller, which made it possible to show a countdown when your pressure is released, this thing right here. And the third generation has smart programming, which is the Instant Pot, essentially. But the original design did not have a lot of safety measures, and with each generation of the electric pressure cooker, we've gotten more safety measures. This thing right here has 10,000 safety measures in it. If something breaks, it shuts off completely. It stops. And a lot of people do have user errors. For example, don't put something over your steamer and make it steam the other way because it can get clogged up. If it gets clogged up, then kablooey, you have an explosion, and that really sucks. So people just don't take care of their pressure cookers the way that they should, which is a big issue on why we have so many, this exploded on me. This hurt me. This didn't work how I wanted to. Because pressure cookers, while being something that you can buy in a general household nowadays, it takes a lot to get to know how to use them correctly. Use them often. You just like your mom using them, that's fine. Don't put pennies or nickels in your cooker unless you want to make a bomb. Sorry, I had to. I had to. So this thing has 10,000 different safety mechanisms. The ones that you can get for your kitchen that are more like this, especially the bigger ones that are used in restaurants. The ones that you can use, yes. We'll get into that. We'll get into the things that pressure cookers have been used for. There's a reason that it says that when people say that things are like a pressure cooker. Because multiple dreams, you use one, it explodes, and you lose your eyes. I mean, I had a gas oven explode on me when I was working. Clean your damn Instant Pot every inch. Yes, clean your Instant Pot. I was lighting a pilot light when I was working at a restaurant. We had just had some issues with our gas line. Dude came out and fixed it and said everything's fine. I went to light a pilot light and the oven exploded on me. Like really. It was 2013, I want to say. I was going to a wedding. I remember I had to go to a wedding the next weekend, and I had no eyebrows. I still have some scars on my arm from it. I had no hair on my arms. I had my bangs were singed to like this long. It was terrible. It was terrible. Anything in the kitchen can be dangerous if you do not use it correctly. Go. We don't have to record the releasing pressure. Your body is like a pressure cooker. Mom is scared of pressure cookers, but if you use them properly, they're not going to hurt you. Correct. If you use them properly, they won't hurt you because they do have the safety mechanisms. Now, mind you, make sure that it is sealed. Always make sure that your pressure cooker is sealed. Make sure that the ring is safe. Make sure all of that is happening because this is a misuse. I have done this many times where the ring slipped off just a little bit and then it just never came to pressure. And it sucks because you burn your food. Oh well, user error, lesson learned. But also don't let this get clogged up. Don't let any of the parts be clogged because you can cause it to have a sort of explosion. Luckily, these just shut off once it feels like something is wrong with it. Things like this, they do not. They do not. And they will explode. When I was working at Google as a chef at Google, we had a person who misused the pressure cooker and did not seal it properly. And we're just gonna take this and we're gonna dump it into the water just to give it a little bit of moisture because it's not boiling anymore, so we can dump this in. Give it a little bit of moisture, and then we're going to add our lemon to it. our juice to it. Boop, boop. This is really hot. I should not touch hot things with bare hands, guys. I don't feel them. I feel that there's something wrong with me. Something is definitely wrong with me, but I do not feel that it is the pressure, the heat that is not doing correctly. Ah! Grab my lemon. You cook faster than others. That's so, y'all are weird. I love you guys. All right, and then this part is done, and we can go and grab our naan and start attempting to make our naan. Let's hope that it turns out better this time than it did before. So we did have a bad problem with it. I was working at Google and someone was, a newbie was in charge of the pressure cooker. They were making soups. We had two ways to make soups and sauces. We had these giant vats because we fed like 5,000 people a service per restaurant that we had. And the Google headquarters in San Francisco had one main kitchen, a ramen kitchen, a creperie, a second like smaller main kitchen. There were like 7 or 8 restaurants that Google had. It's fine. We'll try. And they were all had different things, but what the one thing that they all shared was that they had salad bars and soup bars so that anybody could have just salad or soup if they wanted to at lunch. And so we basically had to make these giant vats of soup and sauces. And someone was setting up for the ramen bar and was making one of the broths for the ramen bar. And he did not use the pressure cooker correctly and it exploded. And you just see a lid hanging out on top and everything was covered up. I just looked at him. Did you get freebies from Google? I worked in the legal department. Like my kitchen was in the legal department. So I got to know when things were coming out before they were coming out. I knew that the Pixel, the phone was coming out before it came out. I had to sign a stupid NDA for it. But as far as freebies go, not a lot of them. Not a lot. I was just a chef. I was just a black coat. There wasn't much special with it. This does feel better than the last one that we made. It is not perfect. It is not perfect, but I feel like we're gonna get a little bit better of a texture than we did before. And that's cool. Because this is a much fluffier mixture than it was before. Put these two together, put these two together. This one needs one more. I think you can go here. Oh, but you're special. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I do not feel special. It was a terrible job. When you were sick, like because there were non-chefs that were running the departments. So like you had an executive chef, which is what I did. And then you had a Google manager and it was a non-chef. Aren't you non, N-O-N, non, not non. It was someone who just never had worked in the cooking industry. They just worked for Google. And so when you were like, hey, my team is sick, or hey, this is happening, or hey, we need something specific, he would be like, oh, you're just lazy. You didn't go to college. I'm like, dude, I have several degrees. I went to college. But he would basically like if my team was sick, he would say that they were lazy. And one time, kiddo got like the chicken pox real bad. It was real bad. And I was like, I cannot come into work. I have to take care of my kiddo. And he said, well, if you don't show up to work today, you're fucking fired. So I showed up to work. I had to be at work at 4:30 in the morning for Google because like we had a breakfast service, a lunch service, and a dinner service. So I had to be up at 4:30 when I worked for Google, or at work at 4:30 when I worked for Google. Mind you, the trains don't run that early. I basically walked. I had to take BART because BART does run that early, but Muni did not. So I went up there. My happy ass went up there. Told him that he needed to be there, and he asked why, and I said, well, we have a special order coming, so I need you to sign off so that we can fucking pay for it, because that's how it worked. Because even if you're a chef, even if you're the executive chef, and that's usually your job, they didn't do it. And I said, you have to be up here at 4:30 when you get there because I have a special delivery coming and I need you to sign off on it. And I walked up to him, handed him my badge, and said, have fun with service. Left. That was me quitting that job. Fucking left. That was my last, for real though, that was my last like actual, like, not me working for myself job. For cooking, at least. That was the last time that I was no longer, that I did not work for myself. I could have gone into restaurants. I guess, no, that wasn't. I worked for this restaurant, another restaurant after that for like a year. But that definitely made me want to quit cooking. That asshole made me absolutely want to quit cooking. Cool things that happened from there. I helped design, because of the service that I worked for. We technically weren't we were part of Google, but we weren't part of Google. It's like a catering kind of service. The service that I worked for, they asked me to go and help design the Twitch kitchens. It was called Guggenheimer is the company's name, Guggenheimer. They asked me to go and design the Twitch headquarter kitchens. And I did. So I have been to Twitch headquarters a few times, and this was when I was already streaming, so it was really cool. It was really cool. It was fun. Boom. So yeah, it that man was insane. Oh, I was like, you've never even worked in a kitchen, you little privileged snot-nosed brat. He was about the same age as me. Like 26 or something like that, but man, he acted like he was a 12-year-old. He pissed me the fuck off. He pissed me off. I wish I would still have my Google badge though. I think that would be really cool. Like, having the Google badge would still be very cool. Okay, see, we're getting a little bit more bubbles on this one than we did the last one. I think we're gonna do it, guys. I think we're gonna do it. I'm excited. You okay? Yeah, okay. This is definitely gonna be better than the one that I made the other day. Still not perfect, but we'll, you know, we'll just keep trying.
I think I just had the moment.
All right, guys, we're coming up on a, oh, look at that, it's puffing. Whoa. I'm excited about this, guys, because we're actually getting some puffiness. Ah, I did it right. I did it right. I wish I was doing this in my cast iron, but I'm not doing this in my cast iron. That's perfectly fine, because my cast iron is currently utilized. I am utilizing my cast iron already. I cannot continue utilizing it. I'm so excited, you guys. This makes me extremely happy. I need Brohan to come tell me good job. I'm off, bye-bye. Have a good night, Alistair. Thank you so much for being here. We love you very much. Take care. Take care of yourself. Don't be mean to yourself. We know that you tend to be mean to yourself. Or else Mama's gonna come and whoop your ass, okay? I will. I will. You signed the contract. You said praise Mom Noms. Look at it. It's so beautiful. I'm sorry. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's so beautiful. Okay, I need to get a plate for this. And then we're going to go into break and we're going to finish doing our naan after the break. I'm going to see how much I can do before, but we do have a few of these to do. Thank you, Kilted. Oh, guys, it puffed. This is really hot. It puffed. Oh my God. I'm so excited. Okay, next one. And then we're going to give this a break. Good night. It puffed it. You guys have no idea. I was so mad. Oh yeah, we're in an ad break. Cool. Cool. Put this off to the side for a second.
I wonder if we can set the ad breaks to the same time on YouTube.
Oh, I don't know. That'd be interesting. But that's also why I want to just put stuff in during this time period too for both the subscribers, like just funny things for the subscribers and for YouTube.
We're actively workshopping this.
We're making it bigger and better and badder.
Oh, you already made batter today?
Bigger, better, badder. Oh my God, I'm gonna go make sure my naan is not burning, even though it is off the oven. It is not burning. I'm gonna have my phone. Oh, you guys, thank you so much. If you are sitting through these ads, if you're subscribed, then you don't have to sit through the ads. You can just see what's going on right now. If you are sitting through the ads, also thank you, because that helps us a ton. It helps us a ton in
They can't hear it though.
in money and stuff. I know. I'll say thank you again. And we appreciate that. We appreciate you. And it gives me a time to sit down and breathe, which is something that I don't do very well, apparently. Alrighty, we have 36 seconds. Ow, ow. I just got attached to the chair. That was fun. I got attached to the chair. I got attached to the chair. All right, we have 25 seconds left of ads. We're gonna go ahead and put this back on the stove so I look like I've been doing something the entire time and not just sitting on my lazy butt. I'm not lazy, I'm just tired. 2 hours of cooking is sometimes very tiring. Very tiring. All right.
You have 10 seconds.
I know, I see. Can you put it on full screen? Welcome back from ads, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. If you have to sit through the ads, thank you so much for sitting through the ads for us. That is money in the pocket that helps us to continue running Mom Noms, and we very, very much appreciate it. It's super support for us. If you have a subscription, we thank you for that because that also very much helps us. We love you very, very much. If anyone says that cooking isn't taxing, they're lying or selling something. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Cooking is very taxing. It takes a lot out of you, and when you do like 2.5 to 3 hour to 3.5 hour streams, like 4 times a week cooking, it can get to be a lot, especially if you are also cooking and doing other stuff. Good pans do make it less taxing. That is true. That is true. I'm gonna do a little promoing while we're making the rest of our naan. So if you are here and you are having fun, we have a couple of goals that we're trying to reach this month, and we have reached almost all of them. The only one that we really have left is making enough money to stream next month. So that we have a house and our bills are paid for, and we got food. So if you would like to, and it's not obligatory, I promise you. I'm not going to be mad if you don't. The donation button is down below. We would really love it. You can either do that through Tiltify, or you can do that through, through Coffee, or you can do that through the donation button, which goes to my shop in Streamlabs. We'd very much appreciate it. We love you guys for everything that you do, and it really helps. Slap a chronic illness on top of that. Hell yeah. I got EDS. My joints don't work correctly. My joints don't work. So, I mean, that's one of the other reasons that I stopped cooking professionally for such a long time, is just because it was so hard on my body. It was not fun for me after a while. It is fun again. I've learned how to handle my chronic illness a little bit more. That's why I go and sit down during breaks and take, like, I'm drinking something throughout the entire thing, and like after I get off, I pretty much sit down and eat so that I can like rest my body. Chronic or hidden illnesses suck, chronic or not. You're so correct on that. You're so correct on that. But anyway, you are helping to support us as a full-time cooking streamer. We're trying to get this show out and about. We have had 39 streams as of today. Can you guys believe that? There's been 39 streams. Well, at least it may not be 39. It may be less than that. I have saved the title sequence 39 times. So it may be less than 39. I'm unsure. I'll have to actually count, because I may have like screwed up our title sequence. If you don't want to donate, or to go to Coffee and donate through Coffee, you've been here for 25. I'm happy you've been here. You missed your streaking earlier? I did? Oh no, well, happy streaking. I'm glad you're streaking in front of me. 25. 25, that's exciting, actually. I'm so happy that you guys are here. That's perfectly fine. You can also sub with Twitch Prime, sub the regular way, or just be here and talk to us. That always makes my day. I love telling you guys about food history and teaching you guys how to make things, and just being here and chatting with you guys. That is my favorite part. This is probably one of my favorite jobs. It is one of the most stressful jobs. 31 that are on the VODs. Damn, you missed my message. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's so much going on. Sometimes I miss too much. Sometimes I miss too much. I just enjoy being with you guys. Oh, I look away. I'm streaking through here. That's so funny. That's so funny. I'm not gonna look away. I want to watch you streak. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No phrasing issues. I said what I said. Oh my god. This one kicks the other ones out of the water. This one kicks it out of the water. I love those emotes. Oh my god, you guys. What the heck? Okay, look. It did what it's supposed to do. It's like puffy and like hollow in the middle. It did what it's supposed to do. I didn't mess it up this time, you guys. Red, what do you think? I'm so excited. Mm, 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 mm. You don't want to see me streaking? If I had to live through Will Ferrell streaking in the early 2000s, I think I can handle you streaking. All right, we're gonna give this over to Red to taste test the whole thing while I finish these things up. Boom. Old school is a silly. Yeah, old school was silly. This non tastes like non. I mean, it's the second iteration. Thank God that I can do more than one iteration. Thank God I have enough flour. Enough flour. Always buy your flour in bulk, kids. And you can do whatever you want to. You can do whatever you want to with that. All right. Next one's done. Yes, it is a silly movie, but it's like it's basically what we learned, like we grew up with that.
Like so, right?
Yeah. Hmm. I need a pinch of salt. No, they're not supposed to be completely smushy, which is why I've took them out.
Oh,
Huh? They were also sauteed. They do need a little bit, it do need some more salt though. A little bit more salt. You forgot it. I had tortellini. We'll butter that up for me and put some spaghetti sauce for mom. Oh my god. Hello, crazy. Hello, crazy. Crazy. I made naan that is like so much better than the last time I made naan. Like it's crazy good. Look. I mean, I ate the best one already, but like your kiddos are being butts today. I get that. I understand that. I'm excited about this naan. I know where you're coming from with that one. Because red sauce is yuck for you. Is it too oniony? This is it. Is it too oniony, or is it the consistency, or just like the flavor itself? I've heard from a few people that they don't like red sauce, and I'm always wondering why. Like, I just want to know. It's not. I'm not judging. You don't yuck other people's yum, so I'm not yumming your yuck. Not that way. Oh, I didn't know you've had red sauce. That's new to me. That's new to me. All right. I didn't, I swear. I love you guys. I love you guys. But as I was saying, the only goal that we haven't met is basically getting that like couple extra $100 so that we can pay bills and make sure that we can continue next month, because groceries are expensive and they're getting even more expensive every day, and cooking streams are expensive because of that. Anyway, you don't have to if you don't have the means, and that is perfectly fine. We enjoy you being here and just talking to you anyway. I just have to actually put out the statement because I'm really bad at saying, hey, please subscribe. Please donate. I have it scrolling under so I don't have to say it for myself. Because yeah, it sucks. It sucks. I hate promoting myself. Everyone's like, but you're a marketer. How are you not good at promoting yourself? I'm like, I usually market things I like. I don't like myself very much. So it's really hard to market a product that you don't like. These batatas are crazy good. I'm so happy. The twins didn't want to eat the main part of their lunch rabbit but focused on the snacks and the candy. I was nice enough to pack. Oh, I know that one. That sounds like kiddo. Most commercial have onions in them, and then the ones that don't have chunky tomatoes, and it's a texture thing. Ooh, do you want me? I can show you how to make like a non-oniony. If you ever want to eat red sauce, I can tell you how to make a non-oniony, super quick red sauce that I do at home, and it doesn't have chunks of tomato in it. It's literally go get a can of tomato sauce, put basil, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and pepper in it, and like just and a pinch of salt, a pinch of sugar, and then you just let it boil down for a while, and then it's a really easy tomato sauce to make. Your parents always made you finish your main meal before allowing desserts, and I gotta say, that ain't the way. Yeah. Yeah. Your nephew ate 2 of the 3 nuggies and fries. He was at least good, but the twins, gods no, they're actually like babies when they got home. Kiddo is everyone always says, "Oh, your kid must be so great with food and must love everything." I'm like, "My kid hates food." Like they like snacks. They don't like regular food. So no, they're not great at food. They used to be when they were a baby, up until they were like 5 years old. When they hit, because they used to eat salads. They used to eat whatever I put in front of them. And then for some reason when they turned 5, all that went out the window. They were like, "Nah, I'm not gonna eat anything anymore." I think they would have eaten the raviolis though. They definitely would have eaten. I didn't have parents who cared for me. So I didn't get told to finish my meals. I did have the doors locked when they were actually home. The fridge door and the cabinet doors were locked at 6 p.m. So if I had school events until like 9 o'clock, which I regularly did, there was no dinner for me. They'd rather eat processed sugar, fruits, and salad all day than the main parts of their meal. Yeah. Children are wild, man. Casually dishing out the trauma. I mean, it is what it is. The reason I know how to cook so well is because I had to learn to cook on my own. And I was working by the time that I was 8. Hey, it is what it is. Is it really trauma if you've just accepted it in your life? This still needs another little bit of time on that side. But I can't relate. I cannot relate to people who are like, my parents told me to eat everything. My parents locked the cabinets on me and weren't around most of my life at dinner times. I fed my sister. There's a reason that I was so skinny and had an eating disorder as a child. Guys, didn't come out of nowhere. But that's also why I like when we are getting big, when we get big enough, when we are actually making money and like can survive life, I will be hosting a lot more charity streams for No Kids Hungry because I do not believe that kids, I don't believe anyone should go hungry. I don't believe anyone should be food insecure, but specifically children. They did not ask to come into this world. They did not. Words are hard. Yeah, they are. They're 4, but goddamn, finish your food. And the days they are good with food, 5 seconds, we're hungry. Oh my God, yes. That doesn't stop. My child still will finish their food and be like, yeah, I'm full. And then like 15 minutes later, I'm so hungry. I need snacks. And I'm like, what? Like, you just ate. You ate the same amount that I did. I know I can't really say anything about that because I don't eat a ton of time. Yes, we love No Kid Hungry around here. We do not think that kids should have to suffer because their parents can't, they either live in a food desert or their parents can't afford food. Because there's a lot of people who can't afford food right now and it sucks. And we don't want people to suffer because of it. We do not. They need what? They need what? I did not say that. I did not say that. Snacks. I think I said snacks. Okay. I was like, I know I didn't say that. It's not an After Dark stream, guys. It's not an After Dark stream. I'm good at sex. You're bad at sex. I'm good at sex. Bob's Burgers, always in my head. Always in my head, Bob's Burgers. All right. You know what? Ooh, this is so good looking. That there. And we're gonna get a little bit of chutney because we do have leftover chutney. I'm excited. We're gonna put it on the side. Again, if you guys love, if you like chutney, this is on Amazon. I know a lot of us are boycotting Amazon right now, but this is a mom and a daughter team elephant green chili chutney. You just have to look it up on Amazon. It's the only place that they sell it. It's the only place that they sell it, and it's worth it, and it supports a very small business. But for some greenery, we're just gonna throw some chutney on here like this. Perfect. Yum. Totally not calling yourself that out. Call yourself out, babe. Call yourself out. I need a piece of the pepper to go on top because it's red. Sorry guys, I'm really OCD when it comes to like how I want this presented at all times. And if I'm cooking with colors, I want the colors to be seen. Don't just like browns. Brown tastes good. Brown always tastes good, but visually not pleasing to the eye. There we go. Look at that, guys. You can be a spicy gremlin. I'm gonna show you guys on the big camera. We love some heat. And this naan is so fluffy. It's so fluffy. It's so perfect. I'm so excited about it. All right. I'm gonna eat one more piece of. That's how I feel right now. Hell yeah, it is. Crazy knows why I put like Crazy. I feel like I'm connected to Crazy sometimes because like some of the ones that I chose to have on here, she uses them correctly. She uses them how I dreamt they would be used. All right. Yeah, it is gonna taste so good. All right, let's see who is live right now. We're not gonna immediately rate out, but I'm gonna figure out who I'm gonna rate out to. It might have to be day 2 of rating out to, ooh. Yeah, it may have to be day 2 of rating out to Dad. Although the cafe is open and that only deaf guy is cooking up some food. It says be right back though. There's an ad break starting in 5 minutes. Hey Therion. Do you want to see what we made? Book. That is such a long one. That is such a long one. That's so funny. That's so funny. We're not like ending we're not ending super like right this second Therion. So I am sure about that. I am sure about that. It is emotional damage. Um, y'all are insane. You're so funny. You're so funny. Yeah, we might have to read out to Dad again today. But that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Okay, we made Batat Bhaji, I believe. And it's a potato dish, and we made homemade naan, and we have a little bit of chutney. We are talking about pressure cookers because we have been talking about pressure cookers for a very long for a while, but we really wanted to talk about the history of pressure cookers because they held such high regard in Indian food, and the Indian women are the reason that they have basically spread out across the world today. Again, I make them perfectly timed. You do. It's perfect. It's perfect. 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 Thank you guys so much for being here today. Again, you guys are awesome. I feel so loved and supported this time around on streaming, and I feel like I've never felt this supported before. I always felt like I had people around, but they were That's so funny. Like, I never, in my days of streaming, I have never felt the community sense that I have now. It is. And you guys make me feel like I can just keep doing this. I just went and hydrated. Fine, I'll hydrate again. I'll hydrate again. This camera is so creepy.
Camera is.
Camera is so creepy. I have a camera that like follows me that is just for horizontal things so we can clip things out, and it just follows me everywhere. And it just goes all the way around. And yeah, it's my more glitter. Oh, you guys. You guys. Again, we are very close to hitting all of our goals in March. I thought that they were going to be some lofty ass goals, and I didn't think that we are going to hit them. But you guys made it happen, and I'm so happy. Like, seriously, the only goal that we still have is our donation goal, and our follower goal. And we're not even that far from either of those either. So if you want to donate, we have a donation link below, or you can use the coffee, which is just coffee.com/momnoms. You got me. That that gets me every time. I love this thing. And you guys haven't been using it like throughout the whole thing. I love making you laugh. I hate my laugh. I hate my laugh. But like thank you. I'm glad you like making me laugh. So we have essentially 3 more streams until the end of the month, so maybe we can actually make those 2 as well. We have been getting a lot of offline follows, so maybe we'll make it to the 1,300. We have already gotten 100 followers this month though, so like 150 is kind of like that was a very lofty goal. If we keep growing like this, it'll be. I wish I could say take my money. Like I said, if you don't have the means, it's perfectly fine. You guys keep me here. You keep me coming back. You keep me going. Even when I want to cancel streams or quit, you guys are the reason that I'm like, no, because I actually like what I do nowadays. And so like that's more valuable than money sometimes. I mean, yeah, money helps me not to lose my house and to pay for gas and to well, there's a lot of things money helps with. And buy new cookbooks and research and experiment. Over 1,000 between you, Victor, Nixie, and a few others. That's crazy. Damn, girl. See, if I used to do that. When I had money, I used to spend it on all my friends. Tax return. Oh, yeah, I'm not getting a tax return this year. I've been working for myself, so like taxes are owed. That sucks. Actually, I don't even think I made enough money this year to really care. But everything helps, and we are very much attempting to build something, and you know, like that between this and caring and building an app and RDPNK, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're almost on our own 2 feet. It is taking a while, but you know, we've kind of gotten fucked over the last few years, and that sucks. That sucks. I don't have rich friends, which I did. Me too. I used to donate to whoever I could when I had money. Praise moms. Huzzah! Huzzah! And I want to get back to that point. I want to get back to the point where I'm giving money to charity and I'm helping support my friends as well as making sure that I have a roof over my head. And that's why we're here. That's why we're here. And I'm so happy. Like, I really am. We're gonna go ahead and start rating out. I just want to say thank you, and I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I still give anyone the shirt off my back if I needed money or not. I have. And some of those friends turn out not to be very grateful and like wind up shitting on you for no fucking reason. I had a friend like that has been a very tumultuous relationship that is she no longer is my friend. But Lucas's first time basically like having her like because we weren't friends for a while and then we became friends again, and Lucas's first experience of her was literally saving her from being kidnapped. Like, we played cop basically because the cops weren't doing anything. We like figured out where like her IP, where she was messaging us from. We figured out like the pictures that the person had sent us, where it was at. Like, we literally, his first experience of this girl was like her being kidnapped from an ex-boyfriend, and I was like, yep, this is just that friend. Should have known. One broke my heart on the late grandfather's birthday. I closed that friendship real fast after me and our friend group. Oh, I'm so sorry. Losing friends, I sometimes believe, is like so much harder. Oh yeah, we had to call the police and be like, there's a missing person right here. They were kidnapped from this other state. And they were like, do what? And they went and found her, and they were like, I can't believe that you figured this out. We're like, yeah, we have the internet. We can do this. I feel like losing a friendship sometimes is way more heartbreaking than losing like a relationship, like a romantic relationship. I had a friend uh who I loved dearly, who basically ghosted me when I got married, and still don't really know why they did that. So that one hurt. But it happens. At least the friendship with this other person, I was like, yeah, I'm not dealing with you anymore. Went to school with her and was her friend. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and start. See you tomorrow. We won't be here tomorrow. We should probably bring in a Friday stream because they work well, but we will not be here tomorrow. We're going to be here on Saturday night. We're going to be making Dunkaroo ice cream, homemade Dunkaroo ice cream on Friday night or on Saturday night. No history lesson behind it. We're just going to chill, hang out, have fun, and we'll be on RDPNK tonight. Playing Resident Evil 9. We're gonna be playing Resident Evil 9. It's always mom raids dad. Mom's raiding dad. I'm bad at raid messages, so like if you guys come up with a better one, that'll be fine. Again. We're gonna run our outro. We're gonna run our credits real quick and start going into. You did it. You did it. We did it. Yeah. Do you see where the dumbass is? That's right. They're right there. Just kidding. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. It has been a great week on Mom Noms. We very much appreciate you. We very much appreciate you guys. And we will be back on Saturday night. Go say hi. Be nice to Eat at Dad's. Lovely, lovely human being. Lou is great. We love him. Excuse me, it's me. I'm the dumbass. Dumas. And if you join our Discord, you can tell me if there's anything that you kind of want to learn about or see on Mom Noms as far as history or food goes. Exclamation point. Discord. It's also dsc.gg/momnoms. It's very easy to remember. Only if you're from the Dumas region of France. Love you guys. See you soon. And if you enjoy the gaming streams, come to RDP&K tonight at 9:30 Central. We'll see you soon. Bye.